Hi, happy Saturday, y'all. Good morning. I have a mammogram this morning for my girls. Yeah, they gotta get checked up on. Yeah, that's how it is. That's how it is when you're living the Jessica Rabbit life. Yes, honey. I'm not bad. I'm just drawn that way. Not that Jessica Rabbit is bad. Or looking sexy and voluptuous is bad. That's not bad. But you know how people perceive, right? And I know for my age, if you saw what I had on right now, which is very little, they would say, oh, for an old woman like you, why are you walking around like that? But hey, if you got it, like Donna Somerset, flaunt it. Anyway, y'all, have a nice day. Wish me luck, mammogram and ultrasound today. Bye. Love you. Chance Mama loves you. So I had a mammogram today and an ultrasound. So this was my second mammogram, my second ultrasound. It's very important for me to go every year. It was so weird to get those angles and then having your breasts compressed. And the ultrasound I had today too was a gooey mess.
Such a pretty mess. He made such a pretty mess on my dress. Oh yeah, such a pretty mess. Such a pretty.
It's like a lot of semen. I'm like, oh my God, smells like so much semen on me. That gooey warm stuff. Oh. That's probably gonna get this episode not monetized either. But it's true, that's what it feels like. If somebody just squirted a whole lot of warm, gooey stuff, what else could it be? Warm mayonnaise, wiping off all that goo. It's so challenging, but you know, the feelings behind this is what I want to express. You know, there were women there going for different exams, MRI, there was a gentleman there, a few gentlemen, but there was one couple that came in, looked like husband and wife. And it was for the husband for an MRI. And it was so nice that the wife came to support the husband. And that's what I want to share about, you know, support. Partner support. And when you can have a partner and your partner can come to those things with you and support you, right? I'm thinking about it because I've been doing some step work in my programs. Some questions came up about what I've done with my partner as far as different types of support from my partner, and how did I go about voicing the support. And I remember putting so much pressure on my partner to show up for a dentist appointment. That was really, in comparison to the mammogram and the ultrasound, it was really, really not as, you know. And today I reflected on that, and he came with me, and he didn't want to come. I could tell. He didn't say it, but he was pissy. He was a drinker, active. Practically, I'm sure I forced him to come with me. That anyone would want to drink more after that. I know my behavior towards him and wanting him to be there for this and for that and all of that made him drink more. That was my first serious relationship as an adult. Oof, I was controlling. Gosh, I'm so glad I could see it too and I could admit it. And then I thought about it. I was like, where did that come from? And I remember that my first feeling of lack of support from my parents on a medical issue was when I had to go to a dentist by myself. And I had to walk to the dentist. It was about a mile. And I have to speak up for myself at the dentist reception desk. And whatever happens to me, you know, I have to come home with whatever discomfort and pain by myself. And I always thought that was so cruel of my parents. They were hardworking and they were busy. And a lot of medical appointments as a young kid and teen, I had to go by myself. I remember sitting in the clinics. And so I understand where this comes from. And I understand that with a lot that I needed to do as a child and as a teenager, my parents were too busy to help out. So everything I needed to do, if there was a contest I was entering or a crisis I was having with a teacher and a student or something, a fellow student, I didn't have my parents to go to, so I had to figure all that out on my own. So as soon as I get someone that I'm dating and likes me and I like them, or they like me a little bit, but of course I'm gonna like them a whole lot more. I want them there because I didn't have that support growing up. And it's really cool that I went to this mammogram and this ultrasound today. And I saw that couple come in. I was trying to have that attitude of gratitude for them. Husband had the wife. It was the husband that needed care. That as a couple that they were there for each other. And I wasn't jealous about it because I felt, really sexy and cute walking into that exam almost like with nothing on. And I'm totally cool with that. So many men in the city were so smiling hi the whole time. Even getting to my door, some Egyptian guy with a food cart, we caught each other's attention. He stops his cart, walks across the street, shakes my hand with a big smile. And I say to him, listen, you going to work now? He goes, yes. So I say, listen, make a lot of money today. Have a great day. And he's got this big, beautiful smile, and he's real tall and brown and handsome. And he's like, yes, thank you. And he shakes my hand, a nice warm handshake, and then he goes off into the Times Square sunlight to go make a lot of money. Young brown man, Egyptian, so cute. They're so sexy. Any man that's brown is sexy. And so I was in that mindset, and I wasn't feeling sorry for myself having to go to this appointment alone. I want a bowl of ice cream, sugar-free, but I'm not gonna have it, but I made it, and I'm home. But I'm thinking about it, it's like, wow, it's so cool that I'm able to do these things alone. And my transgender care and my status right now as a single woman in New York City, alone. Sure, I wish there was a partner, someone that can go with me and do these little things when they need to get done. Or right now I'm having a challenge with some pests in my apartment. And I was feeling really crappy that I don't have a husband or boyfriend to help me clean up the pests mess. But today the exterminator came. And he's a good-looking brown man, too. And he offered a lot of advice. And he was so charming. I've seen him before. He comes in and he does whatever. But today I was specific. I was like, I have a real bad problem this week with this. And he's like, just let me do this and let me do that. And he was and it was like the advice of a professional. But it was the caringness of the man. The caringness of a man. A man caring. Something I didn't get from my father at all. At all. At all. My father made it clear he didn't like me. And I realized I didn't like him either. So this brown man today, the exterminator, was like, do this, do that, do that. And then he's like, what's your name? And I'm like, and he's like, my name is... I gave him a tip. Here's a tip for having sex with me. There's a line in The Crying Game with my favorite, Jay Davidson, as Dill. And when she has that massive confrontation with Jimmy, Stephen Ray, he goes, yes.
See, I fix on anyone who's nice to me. Just the littlest bit nice, and we'll be yours. Nice to her, and she'll be yours forever.
Like the exterminator was just a little bit kind. $100, we just had sex. That's your tip. No, I gave him $5. But he was kind and he was doing his job. He did it with some compassion. And so when I think about codependency, which is what I did to my ex, I strangled him emotionally, wanting him to do and be exactly what I wanted my father to be. As a dad, he was supposed to have the responsibility of raising his children and being there for me. And he wasn't. He didn't show me support. Still needy I am, but I know that I'm not as needy, believe me, because I would have men coming in and out of this door behind me down there in this apartment. It would be in the form of like sex, anonymous sex, casual sex, one-night stands, which I was never into, but as I gotten older, it's warped into that it could be one-night stands or, right nows and hookups. I'm on Grindr still, honey. I'm a popular girl. Also today, coming back from Northwell, the imaging of my breasts and all that, there was someone who stopped me. He goes, "Oh, you're from the grid." I'm like, and then I understood. He goes, "Oh wow, it's really nice to meet you." And he goes, "Listen, I'm on my way. I'm gonna text you when I get home." And the text that he sends me, he goes, I saw there was a big age difference, but you know what? I'm glad I met you because, would you like to go out? I was like, sure. Oh my God, there was another man when I came home. There's a lot of Nigerians in New York City, and they're so black, and it's like a matte black, and he had such beautiful features. I turned the corner to my block, and we were like looking at each other. I mean, he was beautiful. See, that's the thing. Soraya don't have no beef. You could be as white as a cloud, as black as coal, and you're still beautiful to me. There's still gonna be something there I can grab, honey. This man his features were so, they didn't look, like that Egyptian black, or it was Nigerian black, but his features were distinctive. It was beautiful. And I of course, did not turn around. I wanted to. He was tall as well. Oh my God, he was beautiful face. The vendors that sell like the purses and everything, I think they're knockoffs. They're like, but all the like designer bags and wallets and stuff. He was one of those vendors. He was gorgeous. Yeah, it was just a day full of that kind of encounters. Delivery guy stopped at the light looking at me half naked, and I'm like, la, 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 and smiling and saying hi. I love that. I don't need to have like crazy sex like all the time. I haven't had it since March, and it wasn't even crazy. It's just making contact with humans is enough, and men being friendly is enough. So getting back to the codependency and everything, I'm glad that I'm trans. I'm glad I wasn't born with this body. And I'm glad that the body came when I had recovery, for me to realize that it's such a gift. I think a lot of men and women, cisgender, who are born with the right body and the correct mindset in between their ears that matches the physical body. They feel like a man and they're in a man's body, or they feel like a woman and they're in a woman's body. And I feel people take that for granted at a young age and just don't see the value that they have, that their brain and their body match. Brain, a sex ID, and body, physical ID is a match. They may struggle with body dysphoria, but gender dysphoria, maybe not, right? You're a girl and you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. And you're a guy and you know it, clap your hands, throw the football, or whatever. I'm saying this because I don't want to take my body for granted, and I'm not going to give it away for free. I'm not going to charm, the Egyptian guy, try to get the snake out of him to come out of the basket. Or the Nigerian beauty. Oh, he was beautiful. I am so grateful. Well, I had a black grandmother and a white, blue-eyed grandmother. So, I had no room for distaste. There was no distaste. The buffet goes from vanilla to deep chocolate. And they all taste good. I love that about me. Could be troublesome. So, I hope this makes sense about codependency, not getting your needs met from childhood. I walk around still somewhat wounded and still somewhat empty. Gratitude is a good thing for me. Hopefully the ultrasound and everything, the mammogram, everything's good. And the fact that I win is gratitude and self-care. And just saying hi and shaking hands with a beautiful man is enough right now for me. Here in New York City, as I walk around with no bra on and fishnet stockings and short shorts and little boots. So, codependency, sex and love addiction is rooted, for me, I feel, from the lack of love and support that I got from adults, male and female, role model, mother and father figure, that they just weren't there for me. So I'm recovering from that and learning to fill up the void in healthy ways that are not harmful to me, that'll bring about any physical harm, emotional harm, or financial harm to me. So I hope this made sense for you, and I hope you have a really good day, and I hope you get the nurturing that you need from sources that are reliable and appropriate. Yeah. All right, y'all. Take care. Thanks for watching. Trans Mama loves you. Bye.